My name's Ian Chill and I have a T10 spinal cord injury, which is basically from just above the tell me button down. I have no feeling or movement or sensation from that level. It's also affected bladder, bowel control and sexual function as well. We were doing a village survey of one of the islands within the Florida Island group, and we were going up to inspect a cave system. It was providing fresh water to the village, so we wanted to see where the water was coming from, if we had to set up a police station there. Whilst we were up there, I was the first one down to the bottom of the cave system with the local village guys, and I was just standing there talking to them, and all of a sudden I disappeared off the track. I fell into the cave. There was a 30-foot drop, and I bounced off 3 levels on the way down and broke my back at the T10. Fractured my neck at C7, T1, and also the 8, 9 and 10 vertebrae were broken as well. At the time I wanted to die. Honestly, I was in so much pain. Well, the first 2 weeks in the ICU there, I'm getting told that I'm never going to walk again, and that was just a mind blow to think that everything had changed suddenly so rapidly that I'm never going to be able to run around with my kids or my family or move around with my wife again. I'm never going to be able to stand up and hold her again. I figured I've survived a lot of things in the Navy and done a lot of exciting things and got through injuries before, but I thought I'll get up and walk away from this, but it wasn't to be. That was probably the hardest thing at the time, was the realisation that I was never going to walk again. And then came the host of everything else that I'd lost as well. When you suffer a spinal cord injury or people see you in a wheelchair, they think, oh, you just can't walk, but there's so much more that goes with it, and that's the loss of bladder and bowel control. The humiliation of having accidents in hospital was just horrendous. 39 years old when I had my accident, and in control, and before that, being a fairly solid, proud sort of fellow, and all of a sudden I've had it taken away, and I've got a nurse taking me to the toilet or helping me clean me up after a bowel accident or a bladder accident. When Hayley, she came in, she ran out of the room crying. She couldn't believe it was me with all the tubes poking out of my chest and out of my face, and it really upset her. And little Jamie, she didn't even want to look at me. And Sam was trying to be pretty brave, but deep down it really affected him as well. Although he's not angry at me, he's angry at the accident because I can't play cricket and footy with him as well. I can't kick a ball with him, I've got to throw balls to him. If they go past me on the grass, it's hard for me to push around on the thicker grass, so Sam has to run after him. Takes that fun away. Hayley, we used to wrestle on the floor all the time and play. For me to get down on the floor now, it's a little bit harder and a bit of mucking around, so it's taken that bond, that closeness out of it. Jamie asked me about 2 years ago, she said, "Daddy, when they fix your back, will you hold me like the photos?" And that was pretty hard. It can happen to anyone at any given moment. You don't have to be doing anything wrong. You could be an innocent bystander and something could go wrong. And the body is fragile. It's not as bulletproof as I thought I was. And I've certainly realised my time in the unit just how fragile the human body is, meeting so many guys in there and girls who had had spinal cord injuries through doing daily things in their daily lives. We've all done it, but sometimes something can happen and it just goes horribly wrong, and the body's not as strong as we thought. By thinking of those few things, drinking and driving, we all hear the messages all the time about not drinking and driving. People still do it, but it is such a real accident waiting to happen.